YouTube? This is your boy The One. I'm coming with you today with the tag video. It's a 90s tag, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit it'll be more like a 90s / throwback tag, because everything in the video is not gonna be 90s related. It's more like a throwback type thing. So let's get this thing started. Okay, the first question is, what is your favorite original Disney movie / throwback movie? Well, my favorite Disney movie would have to be Toy Story. Toy Story was definitely one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. I had all the action figures, Woody, Buzz Lightyear. I had the dog, the Slinky dog. I had all of that, so that was definitely one of my favorite Disney movies. Also, as far as throwback movies go, how could you not include Good Burger? Home of the Good Burger, kind of take your order. This was definitely one of my favorite movies. You had the orange tape. Y'all remember tapes? You had the orange tape. Also, Rugrats. I was a really big Rugrats fan. I loved Rugrats. So yeah, Rugrats. Poetic Justice, Tupac, Janet, great combination. Regina King. This right here, this is a classic movie, not just because Kendrick Lamar did a song called Poetic Justice. This right here is a classic movie. You have Jason's Lyric, you have all of those classics movies. I have so many, I can go on and on and on about how many movies I love from the 90s. Second question is, who are some of your favorite throwback / 90s artists? Fabulous. I know Fabulous, he came out around probably 01. I feel that Fabulous, he never really got the credit he deserved as an artist. He was, to me, in my opinion, he was a great lyricist. He just never got the credit he deserved. Aaliyah, who didn't love Aaliyah? Come on now, 1 in a Million. Maxwell, Queen B, Little Kim, TLC, Nas. I was a huge Nas fan. I left my Nas album in the car. I meant to bring it in the house. Then DMX, Wu-Tang, just the list goes on and on. It just wasn't even about hip hop or R&B. It was just every genre. I was a big fan. I'm a huge fan of the 90s music. That's my favorite era of music, is the 90s. Love 90s music. What is your favorite Nick show? Had a lot of favorite shows on Nick. Keenan and Kel, Figure It Out, all that. So many good shows. I don't know if you guys remember Little Bear. I used to like Little Bear. And while I'm on the topic of shows, I'm gonna give you guys a little insider. I don't know if you guys remember, but the show Double Dare, Double Dare Family. Me and my sister was on that show. It wasn't. We didn't compete as a family, but it was more like they called all these kids to come up, and it just happened. Me and my sister was one of the kids. So yeah, that was a little trivia for you. I was on Family Double Dare. Another throwback TV show I loved was Yu-Gi-Oh! It kind of started with Pokemon, and when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out, it was a whole nother thing. I was obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh! I collected so many Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Look at all these cards I collected. So many. And I had like these things, I would keep them in. I remember we would actually trade these cards off at school for who had the better card. I'll pay you for this card, you can have this card. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was my show, man. I freaking love Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's one of the reasons that kind of helped me, I guess, fall in love with wanting to create and be able to create and make art and just the whole bit. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was definitely one of those shows that made me think, wow. Favorite toy as a child? Tamagotchi. I love Tamagotchi. Who remembers the troll? This other toy I'm about to talk about was more of a throwback toy because it come out in the 90s. It hit the market in 2000. It was a robot toy, and its name was Pooch. It was a dog. It was like a robot dog and had a bone with it, and it. I don't want to say it sung songs. It did like all these movements and all of this different things. And let me tell you, I love that dog. It came in it came inside of a dog box. Man, I love that dog. And I had the blue one. I had it was the blue and gray one I had. And that was one of my favorite I guess toys. Yeah, I guess you would call it a toy, yeah. My favorite candy when I think about my childhood, I think about lemon heads. I also think about, this is not really a candy, but when my grandmother on my father's side, when she used to live here, it was a store, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. It was a drink, and there was juice, and they came in different colors, and you had to poke the hole through. You had to poke the little hole with your, whatever. You had to poke the hole through, and those are two of the things I think about. When I think about my childhood, I think about lemon heads and those juices. My favorite board game, I know this is not really a board game, but Operation. You had like you had the little bones. You had all the different bones that you had to make sure you could get in there without touching the sides of the thing or to go off. Yeah, that was a fun game. I remember I had this Goosebumps. Speaking of Goosebumps, I had this Goosebumps game. It was a board game. It kind of reminded me of Jumanji a little bit. And just all the board games, Monopoly, the whole nine. Just board games. I love board games to this day. Favorite Happy Meal toy. I can't really say this was a 90's Happy Meal toy, but I did try to collect. I can't remember, was it at Burger King or was it at McDonald's? Rocket Power. They had like all the different characters, and I still did. I never got all of the characters, but every time I would go to get a Happy Meal, I would try to get the different Rocket Power characters, and I got quite a bit of them, but I didn't get all. Okay, next question. What was your favorite book / throwback video games? My favorite book would probably have to be Harry Potter. The beginning stages of Harry Potter, I was really into Harry Potter. I kind of fell off the last couple of years, but beginning stages, I was so into Harry Potter. I also read a lot of Goosebumps books. I don't know if how could you not remember Goosebumps? You had to remember Goosebumps. I remember when I was in school, we would have to read a book by a certain amount of times. We would go to the library each week. You had to read this book, and you had to take a test on the book you got. And most of the time, the books I would get was the Goosebumps books. Throwback Video Games, man. Def Jam Fight, man. This was the game. You had everyone in it. You had everybody. Bone Crusher, Bubba Sparks, Busta Rhymes, Cameron, Flavor Flav, Kamora Simmons, Joe Budden, Little Kim, Sean Paul. You had Common Electra. You had everybody. You had everybody in this game. This is definitely one of my favorite games. Another one of my favorite games was True Crime. That was a really dope game too. I really loved playing that. Your favorite clothing store in the 90's? My favorite clothing store in the 90's, man. Actually, this makes me think about a funny story. My mother, she had bought me a Tommy Hilfiger jacket, and it cost quite a bit of money. And I forgot exactly. Did we go on a field trip? I don't think we went on a field trip. No, I know what it was. I got off the bus one day and I accidentally left the jacket on the bus, and I never saw the jacket again. My mother, when I tell you she was upset, she was upset about that. She was upset about that because she paid good money for that jacket, and yeah, I ended up leaving it. But I don't really have a favorite brand from the 90s, but I Nautica was really big back then. Of course, Tommy Hilfiger, so many things. Yeah, 90s fashion for you. 90s fashion. What would I do when I came home from school? What I did when I came home from school, I used to, before I did my homework or anything, I used to get canned food and I would open it and I would eat out the can. Like, I would eat straight out the can, get canned food, open it up, and just eat out the can. Turn the TV on to all the cartoons that was really hot at the time. Even when I got older, during the time I started getting older, Proud Family used to come on. If I'm not mistaken, I think it came on around about 5 o'clock, 5:30. I used to love watching the Proud Family, man. Those were days. So thank you guys for checking out my 90s slash throwback tag. I hope you liked it. And trust me, I know. I need to do better by getting more videos up and putting them out there. But I'm trying. I'm really trying. And once again, thank you for watching. This is your boy, The One Piece. I'm out.